What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I am building a little cottage in the world of Windenburg, and this is definitely my favorite part of Windenburg. It's the more like foresty area. And yeah, it's just, there's not really a lot of houses here, like it's not a very crowded neighborhood, and I don't know, I just really love this neighborhood. It's so characteristic and so cozy and so dreamy, and that's why I decided to build like a little dreamy cottage here on this lot. I think it's been a while since I actually finished this build. I think it's been like 2 weeks or so. So as I'm watching this footage, I'm trying to remember what exactly I did. But I do think that I found a little sketch or something of a house, like a little picture on Pinterest that I used for reference for this cottage. I didn't really copy it exactly, but I think for the facade of the house, and like, especially for the fact that it has 2 doors, it kind of looks like it has 2 front doors. It only has 1 front door though, and like 2 front porches. One is for the main entryway, so the main front door, and the other one is for the kitchen. And then it also has like this larger side porch, or like just a porch off to the side of the house, because as you can see, this house does not really have much of a backyard. It more so has a side yard. I decided to just place this little cottage in the little, just more so in the corner of the lot, because I don't know, I think I just really enjoyed that sort of layout for this lot. So yeah, I decided to just place the cottage more in the corner of the lot, and then utilize the rest of the lot for just a bigger yard or garden, I guess. So it more so has like a side yard and a front yard than a backyard. I don't know, I really like the way that it looks, and I was trying to go for that like dreamy cottage sort of vibe. It's kind of like a fairy tale sort of cottage. Also kind of reminds me of like Disney for some reason. I don't know why, like not like a specific Disney story or anything, but just more so the whole vibe of it. It kind of looks like Disney to me, or it reminds me of Disney for some reason. And yeah, that's just really the overall vibe that I was going for. So also with the landscaping, I used a lot of plants and flowers, and I don't know, I tried to make it look as cozy and dreamy and cutesy as possible. And I think I succeeded. I really like the way that this little cottage came out. It's very, very small. I did the floor plan off camera because it took me a while, like it always does with floor plans. But I decided to give it 2 bedrooms because that's what I wanted it to have at least. So it has a bedroom for parents, I guess. That's the way I furnished it, at least. 1 bedroom that can fit a double bed, and then the other one I furnished for a kid. It's a smaller bedroom that fits a single bed. So you could have up to 3 Sims living in this cottage if you wanted to. Of course, you could also go with the bunk beds, and then you can have 2 kids sleeping in the smaller room if you wanted to. So I think that realistically, this cottage would fit up to 4 Sims in total. And I don't think you really want any more Sims in a small cottage like this, because it is quite small. There's not a lot of space to walk around. I did place a fair amount of clutter and just furniture items and things like that. So it's not a very spacious house by any means. It's quite cramped. But that is what I tried to go for. So yeah, I think that I succeeded in that regard. And I really like the way that it came out. For some reason, when I was building this, I remember now that I'm looking at this footage, for some reason, I was so inspired to do a build like this, and I don't know why. Like, it's not like I never built cottages in Windenburg. I actually do that a lot, and it's actually one of my favorite types of builds to do. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason, and I don't know what got me so inspired, but I was just very inspired to build a fairy tale, cutesy, dreamy cottage with a lot of plants. That's just very cozy and warm and inviting looking. I had a lot of fun with this, and I also remember that it didn't take me as long as it normally would to build a house like this. I've explained this before. I'm a very, very slow builder. I am very indecisive when it comes to a lot of things in The Sims 4. It's quite stupid. I don't know why that is. It would be so helpful if I could be a little bit quicker with the whole process, but I'm just not. I'm very, very slow, and I'm trying to embrace it. But yeah, usually it will take me a lot longer to build a little house like this, but for some reason this time it didn't take me that long at all, because I was just so inspired and everything just kind of, yeah, it sort of came naturally to me what I wanted to do. I know that the layout, like the interior, the layout of the interior is what I'm trying to say, took me a little while to just figure out how to place like the couch and the chairs and things like that. But I figured it out in the end. I do think that the kitchen is my favorite room of this house. The kitchen has its own like entryway. It has its own little door, like its own little front porch, and then the kitchen also has a door off to the porch, like on the side of the house. So the kitchen has all of the entryways to the backyard and stuff, or like the side yard or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I feel like the kitchen is just my favorite part of the house. I really like the layout of the counters and things like that. I do remember, before I forget to mention it when we actually get to the kitchen, I do remember that in the speed build, I was having so much fun cluttering all of it up that I totally spaced out on leaving one counter space free of clutter for your Sims to actually use when they're cooking. I completely forgot to do that because I was having so much fun cluttering everything up that I spaced out on that. So but yeah, I realized that I did that when it came to taking the screenshots. So I quickly just shuffled some clutter around and deleted a couple of items so that I could at least have one countertop empty. So the kitchen is functional. It may not look like it in this part of the video, but I will show you, like, once we hop into the game, I'll show you the house, and then I'll make sure to show you that the kitchen is functional. But you can really see the whole like layout or like the landscaping situation come together as well. I made sure to use a lot of colors in the shrubs and in the flowers and stuff. So it's very colorful, but not too overwhelming, I feel like. It also gives me spring vibes, which is actually quite nice because I really want spring. I thought, like, a few weeks back, I thought spring was actually there because we did have a few very, very nice and sunny days. But as of right now, it's cold outside. I had to actually turn on the heater, and it's cold outside. It's raining like crazy, and it really kind of feels like fall. So yeah, I could definitely use some spring vibes in my life. I can't wait for the weather to just be nice. But yeah, it's not that way right now, which is fine. So yeah, I'm just kind of living vicariously through The Sims, yeah, to enjoy spring vibes, basically. But you can see that we have moved on to the interior of this house. For the storyline, I didn't really have a specific storyline. I did have a single mom and her daughter in mind. I don't know why. It's just one of the standards that I kind of gravitate towards, I guess, when it comes to furnishing for a specific family, and the house is like small, like this size or even smaller. When it has 2 bedrooms, I don't know, I really gravitate towards furnishing for a mom and a daughter. I don't know why that is. I just really always enjoy that so much. But obviously it doesn't have to be for a mom and a daughter. It could also be for a dad and a son, or a dad and a daughter, or could even be for like a grandma or a grandpa living with their grandkid. That could also be very, very cute. I did furnish the kid's bedroom to be for a child, so it does have some toys and stuff in it as well. So that's definitely what I was picturing. But yeah, for some reason I was thinking a single parent or a single grandparent, just a single caregiver, if you will. That's really what I had in mind. That could actually be really cute, like a grandpa or a grandma and their grandkid. That could actually be really fun for this house. So yeah, you could go with really just either storyline that comes to mind when you're watching this. But yeah, for the interior, I tried to keep it neutral, but it does have a few like pops of color here and there that I was really enjoying. But I didn't really want this cottage to be very like colorful or like very pastel-like or anything like that. I just wanted to make it look inviting and warm and cozy, but I also didn't want it to be too boring, if you will. So I did try to incorporate yeah, just some pops of color here and there, and I went with yellow for the rug. As you can see, I think I kept it yellow, and then the little curtains from Parenthood and that little chair from, I think it came with University, if I'm not mistaken. It's that chair right by the couch. So yeah, I really tried to go for that like yellow and teal, or like yellow and lighter blue. I don't know, I just always really enjoy that color scheme, or like that combination of colors. So I used those colors in this build, and I was really having a lot of fun with it. And then this is the little dining table that I cluttered up with a couple of items, and it's actually the only dining table in this house. I didn't really have the space to put an extra dining table or like breakfast table in the kitchen, so it definitely, I was, as you can tell, definitely picturing two Sims living here, because I only have 2 dining chairs. But it doesn't really matter. You could also have more Sims living here and they can just sit on the couch and eat their food. It really, in The Sims, it doesn't really matter. Your Sims are barely ever gonna sit down and have a meal together anyway, if you don't strictly plan it that way. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. But here you can see we are moving on to the kitchen, and this is definitely my favorite part of this little house. I just think it's so cozy, and the shape, or like the layout of the counters, is kind of different as well, because the shape of this room is just all over the place. It's very odd, and it's not very spacious either, so I really had to be a little bit creative with the layout of the counters. But it works, and there's definitely more than enough space for your Sims to cook. And I don't know, I just think that this part of the house is just so cozy and family friendly, if you will, and just really looks like something that came out of a fairy tale, to me at least. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this kitchen, and I used the appliances from the kit, from the Country Kitchen kit, which, by the way, it's Tuesday today, so by the time you're watching this, it was actually Monday, is it? Yeah, it's Monday today. So by the time this video is up, we will have a new kit, which I'm very, very excited about. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on getting that new, what's it called? Courtyard Oasis, I think is what it's called. Let me know if you're planning on getting that kit. I definitely will be getting it, because I'm a sucker for build items, and it doesn't really matter to me what it came with or what it comes from. I just want to have it in my game. And I also think that it just looks very, very pretty. I never really built in that style, but let me know if you have any requests for a build in that like Moroccan, or like, yeah, I don't know, just that Moroccan style that I can really utilize the Courtyard Oasis stuff with. Let me know if you have any requests. I think that would be really, really nice to hear from you guys. But either way, I definitely will be building something with that new kit. But yeah, speaking of kits, I am using those appliances from the previous build kit in this house. They just really look so perfect in here, and I just combined it with base game counters, because I didn't really want to go all out with the colors, like the very colorful counters that came with that kit. That just wasn't really the vibe that I was going for. So I decided to just use base game counters in here, and I think it looks really nice. I think overall, it's just a very good combination. But yeah, you can really see the kitchen come together, and it's nothing special. It's just very cozy. And here we have the parents' bedroom, which is very, very small. So I really had to shuffle around the furniture a ton to make it accessible. But yeah, there is a bed that is accessible from both sides, and I also managed to fit in a dresser as well, or a closet. So yeah, the Sims have everything that you would need. Yeah, I don't know, the color scheme in this bedroom, I really like this one. I used the dark blue curtains from Paranormal Stuff, and I really love that swatch. That rich dark blue color I think is so pretty. I don't get to use it very often, because it's not a color that goes with a lot of my like color schemes all the time. It's a very specific color. So yeah, for this bedroom it was actually perfect. because I was using that like orangey brown swatch of the bed frame with that like teal bluish kind of bedding on it. I don't know, I was just having a lot of fun with the color scheme in this house, or like the accent colors in this house. It was a lot of fun to me. But yeah, by the way, I am so excited because I have a new like setup like for my computer, which you can't see. For you it's exactly the same, but I actually have 2 monitors now, which is crazy. So I really have to try to not like look to this monitor, because that looks weird to you, but this is where I have my like OBS open, and this monitor is where I have my speed build open. So I can like switch between 2 monitors, which is crazy to me. It's normal to a lot of people, but I have never actually had 2 monitors in my life before, but now I have 2 because I decided to get a new one because I thought I deserved it. And my previous monitor, which is the one I have set up as my second one, is actually like a very old one from like 2012 or something. So yeah, I thought I deserved a new monitor, so I got a new monitor, and now I have 2, which is also, I kind of did that because I really want to get into streaming sometime soon, which I'm not announcing anything right now, but I am definitely getting into streaming at some point in the future, like in the near future. My boyfriend, my very talented boyfriend, is actually designing like a whole like Twitch stream layout for me, like artwork and things like that. So yeah, we're definitely working on it, and I'm very excited about it. I have no clue when I will be streaming. I will make sure to announce it whenever I do. But yeah, let me know. Are you excited? Would you watch a stream? Do you watch Twitch streams at all? Do you enjoy that? And where are you from is also something that I'm very interested in, like time zone wise. Yeah, let me know where you're from, and if you would be interested in watching any of my my streams on Twitch. I, for one, am very excited about it. I'm also very nervous. I've never done it before. I don't know anything about streaming, really, how it works. I know I know something about streaming. I've never done it before, so it's definitely something new that I need to figure out and see how everything works. So that will definitely take some time, but then once I've figured it out, I will definitely start streaming, and I will let you know, of course, when I do. Yeah, let me know if you're excited and if you're into that at all. But as you can see, we are moving on to the side yard of this house. I just gave them some activities to do, and I placed a couple of just tables and chairs for your Sims to hang out, and some planters. And I think we're actually coming to the end of the speed build already. I made sure to place a swing set as well. I thought that would be really fitting for a house like this. So I quickly did that, and I just placed some plants, and then that's that. So yeah, let's hop into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the cottage in the game. It kind of speaks for itself. It has a lot of landscaping going on, though not too much, so I feel like it's not too overwhelming. But outside it has a couple of activities. I placed a swing set here, mainly for the kid to use, but like adult Sims can also use the swings, so that's a lot of fun as well. Then I placed a little bench over here and a couple of planter boxes right here. I just placed a couple of normal like decorative plants in these planter boxes, but you can obviously delete those and actually do some gardening with your Sims. And then they have like a little outdoor picnic table right there. And then on the side porch, they have a little barbecue, an outdoor bin, obviously, and yeah, a flower arranging table as well. Then over here, we have the 2 front porches, which this is actually the front door. It's also the biggest porch and the biggest door. I think that would be kind of obvious, but when we go inside, we directly enter into the living space. I just have a little entryway right here with an end table and some books and just some random clutter items. And then over here we have the living area. It has a tiny little TV. I thought that this TV was so fitting for this house, so I decided to place one there. And then they have like a nice couch to just hang out, and a little chair, and just a very cozy spot to hang out. And over here we have the very small dining table and an accessible bookcase as well, so your Sims can use that. And then over here by the front door we have an easel, because I wanted there to be like at least some sort of skill building item in here, so I decided to just place a little easel in the living area. Over here we have a very small little hallway, and then when you walk through this archway you enter into the kitchen, which I've already mentioned it 1,000 times, but this is definitely my favorite room or my favorite space of this build. It's a very cluttered little kitchen. I actually made sure to delete all the clutter items off of this countertop right here, so your Sims can use this one to actually do some cooking. Then over here we have the fridge and just a random little side table and a door that leads to the outside. And over here we have the stove, obviously, and then over here in this little corner we have the other door that leads to this back porch that I just showed you. But then over here we have the parents' bedroom, or at least like the bedroom that fits a double bed. So you could have a couple sleeping here if you wanted to. I feel like this bedroom looks very cozy and warm, mainly because of the color scheme, obviously. I really like these curtains in here. I think it's so cute. But I did make sure to place a dresser in here and a little mirror so your Sim has everything that they would need. And then off to this side of the hallway we have the kids' bedroom. I really love the lighting in here in the morning. It's so dreamy and cute. But yeah, this bedroom just has a couple of toys. It has a Blurfy and it has a toy box in here, so your kid Sim has something to do as well. And obviously a dresser and a little chair and just a couple of decorations on the wall. And then last but not least, we have the very small bathroom. It's a very standard bathroom. It's my most used layout for bathrooms. I feel like it's very standard, but it just works and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So yeah, this is the bathroom. Nothing fancy and nothing special, but that's actually it for this house. So this cottage comes in at 55,456 simoleons. So it's not too cheap, but it's also not very expensive. I feel like your Sims could easily save up for this cottage if you wanted to. But yeah, you could obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. But that's actually it for this build. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!